Hi, everybody. My name is Kathy, and I own a company called Kitchen Wizards. And at Kitchen Wizards, we help kids of all ages to discover the magic of cooking one bite at a time. So we're here today so that I can teach you how to make dessert for Father's Day, or for any day, actually. But you should have gotten the ingredient list. If you want to make it along with me, that's fine. But I just want to tell you a little bit about myself first. I started my business almost 19 years ago, and I'm in the Philadelphia suburbs. And I have a business called Kitchen Wizards, and we teach cooking and baking programs to kids and to adults. And we always did in-person programs, and now, because of coronavirus, we're doing virtual programs. So in the chat box, there's information about how to see my schedule for the summer for virtual classes and camps in case you're interested in that. And I have camps going on this week, and the kids are just doing a fantastic job. And I have a bunch of teachers who teach the programs for me too. So today we're doing just a quick and easy dessert. But I was an elementary teacher, and then I taught adults as a technical trainer, teaching them how to use computer systems for their jobs. And then I started my own business. So today we're making a dessert. The theme of this class is sailing into summer. And what I mean by that is we're going to actually recreate the ocean in a cup or a bowl. It has to be glass so you can see through it when you make it. And there should be an option for you to raise your hand. I can't see everybody's faces, but I think if you go to the top of your box, no, I'm not seeing that, the option to raise your hand. So no, it's not there. So if I am going too fast and you're actually making it along with me, please let me know. And that way I can slow down a little. Deal? Sound good? Okay. So if you've ever heard of a snow globe, you can make this ocean in a cup, and it's like the summer version of a snow globe. And what I mean by that is a snow globe is that thing you shake and then you see all the snow falling. And for a snow globe, that's a winter scene inside. We're going to make a summer scene. And you can do that in anything that's glass. So you can make individual ones in a glass, like a short, fat glass like this, or in a custard cup like this, as long as you can see through it. Or you can make one big one for the whole family in a glass bowl and just make one for the whole family. So there are your options for it. So I want you to think vacations might be different this year because there are so many restrictions. A lot of people aren't going down the shore, as we call it in the Philadelphia suburbs. So they're not going to the beach, but we're going to make the beach in this cup. So I want you to think about, and you can unmute yourself, or no, answer in the chat box if you can tell me what you walk on to get to the ocean that is not grass, and sometimes it's very hot on your feet. If anybody knows the answer, you can answer in the chat box and I'll see what your answer is. Anybody know that answer? Sand. Is that Valentina? Very good. Thank you. Thank you. So sand. So we're not going to put real sand in our cup because that would be crazy. We can't eat sand. Only babies do that by mistake. And then once they taste it, they know for sure that that was the wrong thing to do. So what we're going to do is take graham crackers. And graham crackers are edible, right? Okay. So you're going to take some graham crackers and put them in a bag, and then you can break it up using your thumbs and your fingers, and just break it up so it looks like sand. You can also press down on it on the table. You just want to make sure you don't press so hard with your fingertips that you get a hole in it, because then you'll have our sand, graham cracker crumbs, all over the place. So we're crushing our graham crackers, and mine are pretty well crushed. If I'm going too fast, make sure that you tell me in the chat box to slow down, okay? So here's my sand. Some of you, okay, I'm seeing some other people's sand. So we're gonna put sand in the bottom of our ocean, because whenever you walk to the ocean on the beach or you're in the ocean, you always have sand on the bottom. So here's our sand. Okay, so now we're going to have to put some ocean in, right? So what food do you think from the list of ingredients, you can answer in the chat box, what food would it be that would represent the ocean, but it would be edible? Blue JellO. Valentina, you're right on top of this. So the next thing you're going to do is take your cup with sand in it, and you're going to add blue JellO. And if you're making individual ones, make sure you make enough for each person in the family to have one. And this is sure making me feel like going to the shore, going to the beach. Okay. So we have our sand and we have our blue JellO ocean. What does, you can answer in the chat box, what does the ocean taste like if you get a mouthful of it by mistake? Let's see if somebody's answering in the chat box. Salty, 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 salty. Do you think our JellO is going to taste salty? No. Valentina, I'm so glad you're able to multitask. You're able to answer questions and make your recipes. So thank you. So we have our ocean, and we're not going to put salt in to make it salty because we want it to be something people would want to eat. So, but don't worry, even though it's blue and it represents the ocean, it's not going to taste salty. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, what do we put in it that swims around, not people, but what kind of a creature swims around? Okay, it looks like Ingrid is answering. Ingrid, you said fish. So we could put real fish in there, but that would be kind of yucky. We could put Pepperidge Farm goldfish, but that would probably get soggy. So what you're going to do is take Swedish fish, and you're going to put them in and use your spoon just to push them down, because any fish that's on the top of the ocean is a dead fish. So we want to make sure that you push them down, and you can use your finger too to push them in. So we're going to fill it with fish. And I'm doing that right now. I know a lot of people aren't showing their faces, which is fine, but I hope you're keeping up with me. I'm looking at the, oh, okay, Valentina, I'm going too fast, so I'll slow down. So for those who joined late, let me tell you what we're doing. We're making the ocean in a cup. It's like the summer version of a snow globe. So we're recreating a beach scene right in our cup. So we ground up, crushed up some graham cracker crumbs and put them in the bottom for the sand. And then we put some blue JellO for the ocean, not salty ocean. And then we put some Swedish fish in. We push them in so that they look like they're swimming around in the ocean. So I'm going to show you that up close so that you can see. Everybody see that? We have the fish swimming around in our ocean. Okay, those of you who I can see, can you give me a thumbs up if you're ready for me to move on? Okay, we're going to take a couple more minutes until everybody's finished. And you can answer in the chat box if you're ready. Thank you, Ingrid. Ingrid, chat to me and let me know how you got that thumbs up so that other people can let me know. So I can let other people know, because I'm not finding that. At the bottom of your screen, there's a reactions button. Thank you so much. And there's a thumbs up. So everybody, even if I can't see what you're doing, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to move on. Go down to the bottom and there's a reactions button and you can give me the thumbs up if you're ready for me to move on. Thank you so much, Ingrid. Okay. So I'm still seeing a lot of people who haven't given me the thumbs up. Okay, good. Sydney W., how about you? Oh, on the iPad, it's under more at the top. You're a wealth of information, Ingrid. Thank you. Okay, so I'm getting messages in the chat box and I'm also getting thumbs up. So I think almost everybody's ready for me to move on. So we have our ocean in a cup, but there's something else we can do. So what we want to do is get something. Oh, Catherine, it looks like you like blue JellO. Is it salty? Thumbs up or down? It's not salty. Okay. So, oh, it looks pretty. You're doing one big one. That's nice. Now, did you put a whole bunch of Swedish fish in? No? Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, we can't drive a car across the ocean. We can't walk on top of the water. But there is a vehicle that we see when we're at the shore that floats on the top of the ocean. So in the chat box, you can answer the question. Let's see if anybody's answering. Can I get some answers? Okay. So everybody's answering the right question. You're just too smart. So now we're going to take a peach slice and we're going to put that on the top to be our boat. But we haven't said what kind of boat yet. So we're starting with just the boat. Okay. And then if you have fruit roll-ups, you're going to cut a triangle because we're having a sailboat. So fruit roll-ups, you're going to open it and cut a triangle. So I have mine done. Oh, stuck to my table. I might have to do it again. Oh no, there it is. Okay, so I have my fruit roll-up sail. It's a triangle. and I'm going to wrap it in a toothpick. Wrap a toothpick around the one side to make a nice sail that's going to stay. Whoops. It's waving in the breeze. Okay. And then you put that in the center of your peach. So that you have your boat with a sail coming out of it. Valentina, if you have a question, you can put it in the chat box. Okay. So that's our ocean in a cup. Now I want to know if you can think, while Catherine's finishing hers, I want to know if you can think of another food that would represent something you could put in this dessert. So we have our sand, we have our ocean, we have our fishies, we have our sailboat. Can you think of anything else? And if you can, what food, and it has to be a sweet food because this is a dessert, what food would you use? Oh, Catherine, I like your sails. Very cool. Oh, you have colored fruit roll-ups. Mine are all just red. I like yours better. That's cool. Okay, so if you can think of something else that you could make that represents something you see on the beach, that's a sweet food. Remember, it would have to be a beach scene. What if we wanted to do a beach blanket? Can you think of anything we could use for a beach blanket? Anybody? Go ahead and chat if you know an answer for that. Or a raft. A raft would also float on the top. That would be a good one. Oh, chocolate seashells. We could kind of scatter them on the top. White morsels for the shells on a beach. That sounds good. I like your creativity. These are great answers. And I was thinking you could take a whole piece of a fruit roll-up. You'd have to have a bigger cup, but you could have a raft that people, or you could make a surfboard. Mango in some way, or pineapples. What could we do with mangoes and pineapples? I'm not sure what we could do with them. Maybe make other boats to go on the top. And if you used a big glass bowl, clear glass bowl, and made it like one dessert that you could all help yourselves from, you'd have room for many more boats to be floating on the top. So that would be good to use something like that for different kinds of boats. I like that idea. And a cookie, what could we use the cookie for? And chocolate chips as bugs on the beach. I think we want to make this something people like about the beach. We don't like the bugs, especially those greenhead flies, but I appreciate your creativity. That's pretty good. So some bananas for a boat, like a banana split. Okay, that sounds good. Life preserver with a lifesaver. You could even use Cheerios as a lifesaver, anything that's round like that, but lifesaver has it in the name, so that would be great. Marshmallows could be rocks, okay, mini marshmallows to be the right, and Cool Whip to serve the clouds on the beach. Okay, so we could end up with a cloudy day on the beach, but a cloudy day on the beach is still better than a day not at the beach, isn't it? Okay, so I love these ideas. So you could really jazz up your dessert. So give me a hand raise from your reactions at the bottom to let me know if this is something you think that dad might like or granddad might like for Father's Day dessert. Anybody have that? Okay, it says we also saw a recipe with needs as sand gravel. I don't know what needs are. Nerds. Okay. Okay, that autocorrect gets me every time. Okay, with nerds as sand and gravel, that would be good too, because sometimes it is kind of gravelly when you're walking into the water at the ocean, at the beach. Okay, and dad would love it. Okay, I bet kids would love it too. So that's something the whole family can do. And it sure is pretty, isn't it? With all the different colors. Oh my gosh, Catherine, I love yours. Can I see yours, Valentina? Oh, very cool. Do you have green JellO? Is that green JellO? That's, yeah, because you know what? Sometimes you think, well, the ocean really isn't that blue, right? It is more of a greenish, at least in New Jersey, where I go to the beach. So that's fine. Somebody asked me in a class last week, can I use red JellO? And I was like, well, it's supposed to be the ocean. So I guess the red JellO would be if a killer shark got to somebody, huh? That wouldn't be too good. So, okay, so what kinds of questions do you have for me? Let's see. Couldn't find blue JellO. That's fine. You can use the green. And you could probably add food coloring to it while it's still liquid. Stir some food coloring in, blue food coloring in, and make it a bluish green. That might be nice. Thank you all very much.